Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we are going to be talking about Kothophed. Yeah, that's as close as I can get. Anyway, one of the legendaries out of Origins. He's not particularly overwhelming, but he is a mono black commander. So what I did, the first few cards I'm going to show you are, I guess, what I call the mono black commander staples. Now, obviously, Nightmare, we're running black and black only. So there are very few of these monocolor or mono black EDH decks that I'm probably not going to run Nightmare in. Games do go so long. There are weird things like Tempt with discoveries and early harvest and crazy stuff like that to where you can get an inordinate amount of swamps in play. And things like Nightmare, Tendrils of Corruption, Mutilate, Corrupt will do just wonderful, wonderful things. Now, the Gray Merchant is also one that's just hard not to play with. Gritgast, and of course the artifact set of the Diamond Medallion and Lash Wrath. Lash Wrath, I love that Lash Wrath on the Nightmare, so it's like Swamp squared. Anyway, it's not squared, but times two. Anyway, you know what I mean. So, Kothophed is mainly based around killing things. Killing opponents' creatures. Well, actually permanents, but let's face it, black specialty is killing creatures. So, with that in mind, that's exactly what driven my card choice. Roll Assassin was one of those first cards from way back that I just, as soon as I started playing, Roll Assassin was, it was one of those top 5 cards. You know, you had that one card in each color. There was the Force of Nature, the Shivan Dragon, the Roll Assassin, you know. But anyway, repeated creature kill on a 3-mana 1/1. Yes, he literally dies to just about everything. But he can also slow people down from attacking you. And that is why I've always loved the Roll Assassin. Halo Hunter, because let's face it, there's really only a couple of angels people play with that he can't hit. Obviously, the Akroma, Baneslayer, and that Avacyn. So there's probably others, and I know all the angels see play, but he's really good against other things. Just angels are amazing. And my favorite play is when you play him to kill like a mirror entity. That's sweet. Shriekmaw is a creature with evasion that kills a creature. Necrotal. First Strike is a combat ability, but a lot of times in the early game, it might as well be an evasion ability just because of the way it functions. And if they only have a 2-butt, then they're not blocking. And of course, just Visara, she just killed that dude. Killed that dude right there. So we got the Plague Bear that also kills dudes. The Game Hunter kills big dudes, which encompasses, a lot of generals. Overseer of the Damned. And this actually couples really well with your general, because whenever they get something that dies, you get a zombie. More zombies. I love the Wrath of God on a 5/6 flying body that saves himself. I like Deathbringer Regent more so than the Vegeta the Lion, to be honest with you. Oh, I forgot another. Here's another mono black card. I guess it's worth 4 when you don't tack on flying. Is flying worth 2 mana? No, I don't think flying's worth 2 mana. I think Nightmare should be 5. But it was one of the original cards. Butcher of Malakir, and we're getting out of focus here. The demon. Yeah, that's right. He's not hard to get off. Avatar of Woe just kills a dude. That's Blood Gift Demon is just one of the. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of card draw effects. What they do to give us costs us life, but you know what? You start at 40. The only one that matters is the last one. Black views its life as a resource, and let's face it. I heard this great thing from old episodes of Magic Mike's that I absolutely love. It is being at 0 life is not the cause of losing the game. It's the symptom. It's beautiful, beautiful. Going to 0 life is not what caused you to lose the game. It's that unchecked creature. It's that unanswered play that they did that caused you. Fleshbag kills, and hey, with a lot of things done, we might as well like animate dead. Maybe some grave betrayal. Zombify. Rise from the grave. I mean, this is Rise from the Grave is obviously a little better than Zombify because it hits a graveyard and not just yours. Liability. It couples very nicely with the general. And if you've just absolutely positively have to get in there with some damage, you have got Dalthy Embrace. A lot of people don't know about this card. It is a beautiful, beautiful, and it's really good to knock out some players with general damage, or it's really good political. If, hey, if your creature suddenly gains shadow, it might not want to hit me. Anyway, it pairs really nice with, obviously, Dalthy Cutthroat, because now you've got an offensive weapon and a defensive weapon. So we have the Eastern Paladin, Western Paladin, just because. Bone Shredder, and Ascendant Evencar. The amount of creatures Ascendant Evencar has killed for me since he has come out is amazing. Grave Pact, obviously. I mean, that's I lose, you lose, just like that. Anyway, Extinction. There is a. I have never drawn this and it's been a dead draw. Never. I'm sure it'll happen one day. I've been playing with it since Tempest. I thought this was amazing. I don't know why this card's not worth more. It hadn't seen print just a bunch. As a matter of fact, this may be it, or maybe one more. I don't know. Killing Wave. Now this gets, if you just want players to think a little bit, with a whole bunch of creatures, it's almost tantamount to a Damnation or a Wrath of God effect. You got to watch if you're wanting the damage part of it, or obviously this is, kind of upside for you, but really what are the life totals at and what are people willing to pay for their creature? If you go too high, if you just X equals 10, then you know what? You're killing everything. You're not getting anybody to take any damage. But if you can calculate how much people love their dudes, you can get in some damage here, and it can be better than a fireball. It can almost be a comet storm. Consuming Spirit, obviously here we're in Mall Black. Now, to barter in the blood, there was a one creature version of this years ago. The name escapes me right now, but obviously you're going to play this when you have no creatures. Maybe you've just got your 2 walkers here, Ob and Swamp Lily, Dark Ritual Lily. I love this particular Lily. I mean, she's not particularly threatening. She doesn't typically draw a lot of hate. Now, if you play her unprotected, obviously she does, but she has an ultimate that people don't inherently think is going to win you the game or is not going to kill them. Although, as a matter of fact, it's going to get really close. It's going to enable you to do some pretty sick and disgusting things when all your lands become better than Dark Ritual lands. Now, with walkers in mind, Ether Snap is a card that is absolutely wonderful. Now, it kills walkers. There is a amazing ton of just 1/1 counter guys that are going around. And let's face it, if you get lucky enough to draw Dark Depths, you got yourself a Merit Lage. Anyway, Hex is a blast. Okay, now, Hex is also very, very risky. You do have to have 6 legal targets. And when you cast it, you have to target your 6 targets. If something happens to one of them, say it gets bounced or they shoot it or sack it or whatever, the whole damn spell fizzles. But there is no greater feeling in the world than spending 6 mana to personal Wrath of God somebody. I told you, don't counter my stuff. I told you, don't attack me. On my turn, I'm going to hex all your guys. It's Hex is great. It's not too powerful, just the rules of it, and the fact that you got to have 6 creatures. You can't target the same creature multiple times. We got the old Crux of Fate, which, let's face it, I love this card in even non-dragon decks. I do, because you can selectively choose what you want to kill. Most of the time, it's going to be non-dragons, but anyway. We have, playing with some of the textless cards, Infest, of course, -2/-2. Sign of Blood. We're getting a new version of this that costs 2 colors and a black. So, I don't know. Cruel Edict makes them sack a dude. Now, obviously, Diabolic Tutor, Diabolic Revelation. Now, Diabolic Revelation, I remember that Liliana. If you can get the Liliana off, man. Although in theory, Diabolic Revelation is not. It looks cool. It really does. But for one card, it is a 6 mana tutor. So that's not outstanding. 7 for 2, 8 for 3. So, I mean, as you go up, it does get a little better, but let's face it, it's win more. But this is EDH. This is what we do. Languish, Hideous End, Reckless Spite. Reckless Spite's one of the, I love this one. Dark Writ. There's a Tear. Consume the Meek. Hero's Demise. Let's face it, I don't know why all black decks are not running Hero's Demise. Because, in EDH, there's a pretty strong chance your opponent's going to be playing with a legendary creature. Murder, Slip, Blade, and, of course, Sudden Spoiling. Now, Sudden Spoiling, this is my jam, yo. Because nothing is greater than the overconfident player who is, swings out with their Avacyn and army, or just their Avacyn, to kill you with commander damage. And you go, nope, I think you go Sudden Spoiling, and I think my little Squelching Leeches is going to block and kill your angel. Yeah. Anyway, that is what I have for Kothophed. He is loves things to die. And as I recall, he is one of the demons that Lily owes her soul to. I'm not sure. I know she's killed 2 of them. I think he's one of the ones that she's gotten rid of. So there's 4. I do know that. I'll have to put all 4 of them in the Lily deck, I guess. Anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching. But right now, It is time to shuffle and cut.